Imagine that every time you open a restaurant menu, you're stepping into a carefully orchestrated space designed to subtly guide your choices. Every detail, from the number of offerings to the words describing each dish, can influence what ends up on your plate. Below is a concise guide to the most common ways menus gently, and sometimes not so gently, nudge you towards certain selections. 1. The power of fewer choices. When diners see a menu with 100 different entrees, the effect can be overwhelming. Research suggests that having too many options creates anxiety, often prompting customers to revert to something familiar rather than trying a new and possibly more profitable dish. Some experts recommend limiting each category to around 7 items. Too many choices can leave you with the lingering feeling that you might have picked the wrong meal, leading to less overall satisfaction. Restaurants count on repeat business, so they want your experience to be as smooth and rewarding as possible. 2. Strategically placed photos. Well-chosen images can boost sales of a dish by a significant percentage. In some experiments, diners, even children, were far more likely to order a food item after seeing its photo displayed. This works because a vivid, enticing image gives you a sense of what you'd be about to eat, activating your appetite on the spot. Still, there's a balance to strike. Too many pictures can make a menu look cluttered or cheap, a perception higher-end restaurants try to avoid. 3. The price illusion. Menus often try to make the cost of each dish disappear, or at least fade into the background. You may see prices without dollar signs or written out in words, both of which reduce the psychological sting of spending money. Listing items in one column with prices directly dotted across from each dish is considered a cardinal sin of menu design because it encourages people to scroll straight down for the cheapest item. Instead, many menus use what's called nested pricing, placing the cost subtly after the description so you're focused on the dish first and the price second. 4. The decoy effect. Placing one outrageously expensive dish near the top of the menu can make other choices seem relatively affordable. Few people will order the most expensive item, but its presence reframes how we see the rest of the offerings. A lobster priced at several $100s makes a pricey steak or pasta dish look like a bargain. This trick can also work on a smaller scale. When you see a slightly higher price tag, you may assume it indicates better quality and feel more satisfied with your meal. Restaurant menus are often arranged so that your gaze hits the most profitable items first. In many cultures, a reader's eyes go naturally to the top right corner on a page. That prime spot is usually reserved for dishes the restaurant most wants to sell. Another technique involves using boxes or white space around high-margin items to draw your attention. The subtlety lies in making these design choices feel seamless, so you don't realize you're being directed where to look. Certain hues can inspire specific feelings or behaviors. Some restaurants rely on bright combinations that are believed to stimulate hunger and snag attention. Cooler colors might be used in areas where relaxation and a leisurely meal are encouraged. Although the exact psychological impact of color can vary, menu designers generally consider it an important tool in creating the mood a restaurant wants. Detailed, evocative language can boost a dish's appeal and justify a higher price. Research shows that foods described with more adjectives or backstory can sell up to nearly a third more. By presenting you with a crisp, garden-fresh salad instead of just side salad, the menu suggests higher quality and greater value. This trick also works on how you experience the taste. If you read about something being freshly caught or locally sourced, you might actually believe it tastes better, even if it's identical to a less lavishly described version. Menus also tap into your imagination by referencing specific locations or techniques. One study replaced the same wine label with 2 different regional names. Even though it was the exact same wine, the group drinking what they thought was from a more renowned region rated it higher and even ate more of their meals. This shows how powerful our expectations can be in shaping our enjoyment. Emotional connections to food run deep. Menus may feature phrases like mom's favorite meatloaf or grandma's homemade soup, because these nostalgic hooks can transport us back to comforting memories. By evoking tradition and homey familiarity, restaurants capitalize on our desire for something that feels wholesome or reminiscent of childhood. It's a subtle way to stir up warm emotions and make us more willing to order. At the end of the day, these menu strategies aren't only about trickery. From a restaurant's perspective, they can also improve your overall experience. By guiding you toward profitable but also well-prepared dishes, the restaurant can manage costs, maintain consistent quality, and ensure you leave happy, ideally returning again soon. Now that you know these tactics, you'll recognize them on your next dinner out. Bon appétit!